Hey. So we're gonna jump straight into part two. Now I'm gonna kind of jump just a little bit. My whole problem with the whole situation is that there was more than one state involved in this situation, and it should have been. It was technically three states, but you could have knocked it down to two, but technically three. But only one state did an investigation, which they really didn't. They just took information that, I'm saying, said party said, put it all together, and then just said, hey, yeah, this is what it is. Nobody actually investigated anything. Nobody actually looked into anything, because if they did, then they would have found said information that I ended up providing. My also problem is that the actual state that governs my license is not the one that did this investigation. It's the state that I live in. I live in a compact state, which means I can practice law, which means I can practice nursing legally in more than one state because they're compact. However, I also looked at it as if there had been an issue with said licensure, regardless as to anything, y'all should have done a joint investigation, because I never submitted anything to one state, only submitted it to the other. And anything else that I did came after the fact, not initial. So why wouldn't you guys do a joint investigation? But other party is completely staying out of it. And when I say staying out of it, I'm talking don't want their hands in it at all. But yet nobody but me questioned that. I said, why? Why wouldn't you? Hello? You're the one who has the license. You're the one who governs said license. You're the one who has the information. So where's that? What's going on? Y'all the ones that receive the records, correct? Because you be the one that have my license. You're the one that issue said license. So you got one set of people over here just ready to throw the book at me like, yep, she's this, she's that, she's this, she's that. She's already been convicted of this, that, that. Which, mind you, I hadn't been convicted of anything anywhere. That was a bald faced lie. And then had previous charges of the same thing, so on and so forth. Like just all this wild stuff. And I'm just like, unfortunately, in said state, y'all didn't have to prove a thing in order to actually get said arrest warrant. But in order to have the charges stick, you did. And y'all didn't. Y'all literally submitted 156 pages. Y'all heard me correctly. It was 156 pages of my discovery, but they didn't discover a damn thing. Like that was wild to me, but it's the truth. That's what they did. Mind you, they said, "Oh, she has charges of this and a whole nother state." No, what ended up happening was I didn't have any charges of anything. I was a victim of identity theft, and it was tied to my name. I ended up having to go to court and show up, submit all my information, submit everything, and guess what? Everything was dismissed because it wasn't me. I didn't do anything wrong. But let them tell it, oh, she's in trouble for this already, and she got that was a bold ball face lie. Mind you, I went to court for that back in August. Mind you, they went and submitted everything in June. So yes, other court date was still pending because I hadn't had it yet. I hadn't had my day in court. It happened in August, August 19th to be exact. Everything was completely dropped. They declined to prosecute because it wasn't me. And hold on one second. Here's said paperwork. Like, you see where it says "nole proce" for all charges? And if you don't know what that means that the judge and the DA declined to prosecute because they didn't have enough evidence to support or sustain what was being alleged and charged. So, yes, everything was completely dismissed and cleared because, like I said from the rip, I don't have any record of anything. I have no reason to steal, I have no reason to do anything of these effects. And yeah, definitely guilty according to them, but hadn't even had my day in court yet. But we'll get to that soon too. And during this whole time, mind you, I'm renewing said nursing license every 2 years, like I'm supposed to. I've had multiple jobs, including like with agency. So every time I do that, I'm going into said buildings. I'm getting background checks ran on me. I'm getting my nursing license check, all that. Every time I went, I gave the exact same information to each agency, to each building, to each entity. Every single time, nothing changed. Nothing changed. Nothing. Nothing. Like I said, I was an LPN before I was an RN. I became an RN in 2018. So mind you, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, then miraculously in 2025. y'all discover that I'm allegedly, I'm saying, stealing someone's identity and their nursing license, or 7 years later, in the same damn state that I've been in all this time, with the same damn information, with the same damn name, with the same damn everything that I've had all this time. But oh my God, y'all uncovered a plot.